Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a subject. I sat down to write about this in my blog and decided that I might as well just film about it instead. Basically, over the last couple of weeks we have decided as a family, Isaac and I have discussed the pros and the cons and have decided that it would benefit us more as a family if I was to not return to work, so basically be a stay-at-home mum. And when I had Jessica, for the first 2 years of her life I was a stay-at-home mum. When I had Noah, for the first 2 years of his life I was a stay-at-home mum. A stay-at-home mum to Eliza. Financially, for 2 years I will not be able to do that, but she's now coming up to 8 months old. I'm meant to be returning to work, and due to the fact that Isaac's job has changed and we are getting a bit more income from him and his hours have changed, which makes it a little bit more difficult for me to actually go back to work, we've decided that we will wait until she is a year old until we rethink the situation. So that means then that I'm a stay-at-home mum, which has so many pros to it, and you know, that I can be at home with Eliza 24/7 and I can see all of her first things that she does, and I can still do the school runs with my other two children, and I can still be there when they come home from school, and I can still put them to bed every night, and I can still get up with them every morning, and if they're poorly I can be there for them, and you know, I'm constantly there and I'm a constant person in their life. But also I think that this decision has hit me quite hard, and I've struggled with it a little bit, as I'm missing out on the social part of it, and the fact that when I went to work I had kind of adult conversation. When I'm with the children 24/7 it is mostly about, where's my toy gone, can we go to the park, can you wipe my bum, can you do all these other things for me. And as much as I love that and I enjoy that, and I'm sure there's people out there who don't want to work and are full-time working parents, as much as that is lovely, I haven't had a break, as they call it, when, you know, like sometimes I say to Isaac, well, you had a break today at work, and I didn't get a break, I'm 24/7 at home. But I think I haven't had a break since the day I went into labour with Eliza. My mum and dad had the children and me and Isaac went into hospital, and we had a break for half an hour or so before my contractions started, and that was the last time I actually had a break from kids. Yes, granted, my two eldest children do go to school, and for the majority of the day from 8:30 till 3 I get time with just me and Eliza, and it's very calm, and yes, it's quite busy and very demanding, but it is very much a calmer environment than from 3 till 7 when my kids are, all three of them are home, and it is bonkers. But yes, so as much as I am happy about being a stay-at-home mum, there is that part of it that I've really struggled with. Also, like I said, I haven't had any me time, whatever me time is, because I haven't had any of that since the day that Eliza was born, and no fault of my own. I chose to have my children, I chose to have another one, and I'm extremely lucky to have 3 beautiful, wonderful, healthy children, and I would no way complain that I haven't had time to myself. But when I hear people who have had a lovely weekend away and the children have been at the grandparents', I get so envious and so jealous that I would not be able to do that. And my parents, as lovely as they are and as helpful as they have such busy lifestyles, and they are doing a renovation of their home, so it's unsafe for the children to be there anyway. And yeah, it's just, they can't help me at all, so they haven't had the children since the day I went into labour. Isaac works so much that he can't help with the children, and when he is home he's so tired, bless him, and he you know, he needs his time, and so he doesn't have the kids unless I'm there as well. Isaac's mum, she's wonderful and I love her dearly, but she lives too far away to have the kids, so you know, we can't have her for help. My brothers have children of their own and I can't expect them to help, so I don't get any me time. So I haven't had a break, as they call it, from my kids since, you know, for the last nearly 8 months now, which is lovely and fine. But sometimes, you know, it is hard when I do get asked to go out for the day and my friends will already know the answer, no, unless it involves children. There is no way in hell that I can justify going out and leaving Isaac with the children and me having any time to myself. When I joined Weight Watchers, I said to Isaac, I'm gonna go down to Weight Watchers and it's an hour, and that was the first time I'd left Eliza, and she was, I think she was probably about 5 months old. I left her, and when I came out of Weight Watchers my phone had no signal while I was in there, and when I came out I had about 50 missed calls, loads of text messages, and then when I got home poor Isaac had been left with all 3 children on his own and it was chaos. So I didn't do that again. Eliza is still breastfed. She's breastfed a lot of the time. She is weaning, so she does eat a lot of food and Isaac can help with that. He does all the nappy changes when he's off. Well, not all of them, but you know, we share the nappy changes when he's off. He helps with the eldest kids a lot when he's off. So I do get a break as such, but not from the children, as in I get less to do. I still have all the housework to do on my own, because even if he did want to help with the housework, I would complain and I would be a nightmare. So he doesn't help with the housework. I just have my own little routine of that. So yeah, it's just me, and it's just me on my own with the kids, and I don't drive, which is annoying because I really need to learn. I can't just jump in the car and take the kids out for the day. I have to wait until Isaac's off, and if it's raining then we can't even walk to the park because the kids hate the rain and so do I, and Eliza would get wet and it would just be horrendous, and then when we got to the park it would just all be wet and minging. So when it's raining, which 100% of the time, 98% of the time in Wales it is raining, we stay in and do absolutely nothing. Well, we try and make the most of the house and do all the crafts and whatever we've got in the house. But I think a lot of people who are stay-at-home mums are envious of people who go out to work, and a lot of people who go out to work are envious of stay-at-home mums. And I think it's like it's a certain balance that you need of people who can have time to go out and do their own thing and time to be a mother, and at the moment I'm feeling like that is nowhere near in the near future for me, and I don't think I get as much credit as I'm deserving of. And I know that sounds really, you know, vain and quite like, you know, I give Isaac credit a lot, and I always say to him I'm so proud of him for going out and providing for the family, because he doesn't get to see the kids as much as he wants to, and he doesn't get to spend time with me, and when he is off he's still a dad and he doesn't get the break that he needs. So we're such a busy family, but I don't feel like he understands how lonely and how challenging it is to be a parent on your own pretty much 24/7. You know, he's not there. The majority of the time he isn't there, and that's quite hard for me, because when we had a dream of being a family, I didn't dream of it being pretty much on my own. And I know there's single parents out there, and I take my hat off to you for doing it on your own 24/7. It really is the hardest job, and it is a job, and people say it to me all the time. They always say, but it's just a mum, and you know, you try going out to work and get a real job. And oh my god, being a parent is the most emotional, stressful, frustrating, beautiful, rewarding job in the world. For now, I just feel like I need to give my attention to my family and to my children and to Eliza, because she's so clingy and she's such a mummy's girl and she hasn't been with anybody else, she's only been with me. And I know that's kind of like making a rod for my own back, and I know that people will leave me comments saying, you know, that's awful that I haven't left her and I should leave her cry and whatever, and I do leave her cry, not to a point where she's like screaming, but I do leave her cry and whinge. But I just like to give my child her the attention that I feel like they deserve. And yeah, I just like, it's just my way of parenting, I think. My husband's a lot more strict than I am. I'm very my kids are very disciplined in the fact that they don't talk back to me, and that when I've told them to do something they will do it, and they eat all of their food and they go to bed at the right time, and they brush their teeth and they brush their hair and they wash their face, and they, you know, they have a routine, a very strict routine. But my way of parenting is to give my kids as much love as I could possibly give them, and I don't feel like I could be criticised for that. I know I will get criticised for that, but I just feel like if I wanted to give my child a cuddle when they're crying because they're missing me, I will give my child a cuddle because they're missing me. And if Eliza just wants that extra breastfeed today, I'm gonna give her that extra breastfeed. And if Jessica has fallen over and cut her knee, or I'm gonna give her that mollycoddling cuddle that she really needs. And you know, I'm just not gonna be that sort of parent that just isn't there for their kids. And that's just my way of parenting. And I did, you know, think about this when I was deciding on whether I was going to go back to work or not. I did think about, you know, should I be more strict with my kids so that I'm not making it so hard for myself, and that I don't have to share myself between 3 children, and that my kids will know that I'm gonna feed Eliza now, so you can't do anything for the next 20 minutes or whatever. Like, I will try my best to be at 3 places at once. I will always try to give my kids the equal amount of attention, and yeah, that's just the most stressful situation to be in, when one is on the toilet and one wants some food and the other wants to play, and I'm like, oh no, which one do I do first? But I will always try my best to spread my love equally and to give my all to each one individually. And yeah, so I just thought I would put a little video out today, and just, yeah, it's something that I've been thinking about writing, and I just thought I'll do a little video. And it's always better for me to write it down or to get it off my chest than to keep it in my head and constantly be like, and then exploding at poor little Isaac, who gets the brunt of my anger when I say, I haven't had a break for 7 months. And he's just like, yeah, neither have I. And I'm like, but you do have a break. And he's like, oh yeah, I have a 20-minute break in the back of the van. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even get that. And it just goes into a big argument, and it's pathetic, but it's just the way I feel. So I thought I would just do a video on it. And yes. So thank you so much for listening to my little ranty, chatty, crappy video. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!